So today we got our very first teaser trailer for the upcoming zombies map, Ancient Evil, and it's really a short little video, only 9 seconds long, but alongside with that we actually got a confirmed release date, which is just a week and 1 day from now, and it's just all we expected on the 26th of March for at least PlayStation 4. We kind of figured this for a while now just because of different releases and stuff like that, but regardless, we do finally have confirmed the release date for Ancient Evil, and this is actually pretty interesting inside this trailer, I guess this teaser trailer, because it looks like it's straight from the intro cutscene, which hopefully they'll also release that before the map actually drops for you to actually make videos on instead of having to stream the map. But inside of what looks like the intro, we actually see two things that are actually from previous outro cutscenes for the Chaos storyline, and the first one you guys have probably all noticed is probably the pillars, but we'll come back to the pillars because those ones we could talk about in a little more depth. But for now, I want to quickly go over the alchemical symbols that you see on the pillars themselves, because when I first saw these alchemical symbols, I thought they looked familiar, but I couldn't exactly pinpoint where they were. But then this guy on Reddit that I'll actually link down in the description, he actually pointed out what these translated to, and I'll link it. Of course, it's by ZSlayer321. He actually translated them to actually say Poseidon, and that's when I realized that these are the exact same symbols from the outro cutscene to 9, because inside the 9's outro cutscene, you actually see these symbols right all over again, also translating to Poseidon. Now, for what that means, I'm not entirely sure, because recently I've been spending a good amount of time trying to figure out this storyline. I was finally giving the storyline an in-depth look, and that's what I've been doing these last few weeks, really, and I really don't know what this could mean. I didn't know what it meant when I saw it for the first time, really all the way back when this was first translated. I was just thought Poseidon, because he's not really one of the gods that we see, because we have Danu, Ra, Odin, and Zeus, not really Poseidon. So it really makes me question what Poseidon has to do with anything. Maybe we'll find out in the map itself, but regardless, it is one thing that you should keep your eye on, because I don't know exactly why Poseidon's on these pillars, and of course, as we know, to be in Delphi, Greece, which was already revealed to us, really in Voyage of Despair, but then again by Jason Blundell and Craig Houston at their little teaser thing that they did a couple weeks ago. But regardless, it's just something to keep an eye on, just because it's interesting to see that they popped up multiple times now. It really makes you question what exactly these gods are to the storyline in the first place. But another thing, and probably the one thing that we can kind of talk about in a little bit more depth, is actually the pillars themselves, because yes, those Poseidon alchemical symbols we saw in 9's outro cutscene, but we also saw these pillars themselves all the way back in Voyage of Despair's outro cutscene, because when you complete the Easter egg, you see kind of I guess a magical makeup of these exact same pillars, and then later in that exact same cutscene, you could actually hear Shaw say that these pillars are actually from Delphi, Greece.
Is it somewhere you've been?
No. Only in books. But I do know its location. Greece. Delphi, to be specific.
So we have kind of known about this for a while now, but regardless, it is really interesting to see, and this makes me question something, and this is a theory that's kind of been thrown around the zombies community, at least with the Chaos storyline, and I've kind of thought it was a really good theory. I honestly thought it could probably hold up, but after seeing this, it only makes sense that if our characters after Voyage of Despair didn't actually go to 9, but instead went to Delphi, Greece, like, I mean, the Easter egg actually told them to do. When they completed it, it told them that they had to go to this area, and that's even where they said they were going. They said they were going to Delphi, Greece, but for some reason in our supposed next map, we went to some place in ancient Rome. I am not sure. I'm not even sure where 9 actually is, where they inhale the vapors in the first place. I actually don't know where that is, but regardless, it's definitely not Delphi, Greece. What I'm assuming, and this is again again, not my theory. I don't know where it originated from, but I've always liked it ever since I heard it. But regardless, what people are saying is that the Chaos storyline has been told out of chronological order from start to finish. We have not had a single map go from the one map to the other. Ever since the start, it's been out of order. And of course, as we know, that this kind of started with Dead of the Night, because Dead of the Night's a prequel to Voyage of Despair, so this is something we kind of knew beforehand. But even past that, it's not that we go from Dead of the Night to Voyage of Despair to 9, then to Ancient Evil. Instead, it's you go from Dead of the Night to Voyage of Despair to Ancient Evil and finishing off with 9. So 9 could have been our final map, at least in the storyline, and again in chronological order, if we've had it the entire time. And this is something I'd actually find to be really, really cool, because it's been thrown around, but nobody has really taken it serious that I at least am aware of. And it'd be cool because a lot of people will be able to just look back and say, oh my gosh, that was actually the ending to this storyline, or this arc of the storyline. And who knows, maybe we'll get another, I guess, ending to 9, kind of like they did with IW Zombies. When you completed all the Easter eggs, you get an extra cutscene, or maybe we get an alternative cutscene, or maybe we survive in the other one. Who knows, we'll have to wait and see. But this is something I find really, really cool and exciting, because recently, like I said, I've been spending a lot of time kind of researching this storyline, so there's a lot of things that actually get me excited, because it's actually starting to grow on me, believe it or not. I actually do see the appeal of this storyline now. But regardless, that's all I really have to say about everything that we saw inside this. And I mean, there's a lot to talk about in the 9 seconds. That's what I love talking about inside this thing. That's actually interesting. It is 9 seconds and 9's a map, but don't think it has any relation at all. But anyways, that's all I gotta say. Tell me what you guys think about this. Is there something I missed inside this? Is there something you guys want to speculate on further, or even maybe something entirely different you want to speculate on? I'd love to hear it all down in the comments, because in this week before the next map drops, I'm probably going to be working on some storyline videos for the Chaos storyline, just because there's a lot of things I want to talk about before we get our final map before it. So I'll try to fit them all in. Who knows how much I'll actually make, but we'll just have to wait and see. But regardless, if you guys did enjoy this video specifically, then go ahead, do all the normal YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, bell, share, and especially bell. But I'm going to go, and I'll catch you guys next stream video or whatever it may be. But laters, guys.